mobile business, not only mobile marketing, but mobile business. We speak about it every year at events, but finally this year it starts to move. People are putting money behind it, things are happening. So what I would like you guys to share with the audience, before we leave this panel, everybody should understand, aha, okay, this is what works and this is what I should do on Monday, okay? So starting out, just tell a couple of words about advertising and what you do.
Yeah, well, what are we? We are a mobile ad network, and we're probably similar to AdMob. All of you probably know AdMob, and we're a mobile ad network based in Berlin, Germany, and with satellite offices all over Europe. So we've got people working for us in Spain, in Barcelona here actually, in the UK and in Italy. And what we do is we acquire local campaigns. So different from AdMob, from what AdMob does is we don't only have mobile content, we don't only have flashy ads which are not so attractive. We actually have people on the ground getting campaigns in, and the other side of the business is the publisher side. So obviously you've got campaigns, and then you've got to have some traffic you deliver the campaigns upon.
So on one hand you have Adidas, and on the other hand you have a media company with lots of traffic to their mobile site. Yeah,
that's correct. So what we do is we try to really bring quality into this. So we have quality publishers. We deal with publishing houses all over the world who give us their traffic that they can't sell themselves. We have loads of little apps also that we really care a lot about. We've got a self-service where you can sign up and then you get our campaigns. And what we feel is that we're really able to give this extra value to the publishers. We're able to monetize a lot better. This is what we hear. This is what we found out by benchmarking ourselves against the other ad networks. And this is really where our heart is in. It's in making the publishers happy and delivering really efficient and of high quality campaigns on those really good apps and mobile websites that we have on the publisher site.
But does it really work? What kind of things work on the mobile?
Well, that's a difficult question. Many things work, right? And it's about really thinking about what your goal is as an advertiser. So many advertisers want to just take their campaign from online and bring it to mobile. So here it's really important to identify your target group. Who is it that you want to target? Do you want to have the young kids? So maybe you should advertise in the community space, or you actually want to do social demographic targeting, which is something which is just starting in mobile as well. It wasn't possible beforehand, but now it is. Or another really big thing is the whole location-based advertising thing. We say it's all about mobility, and that's true. No other media but mobile is able to really get you into the shop, right? So you're walking out there, you're looking at your iPhone, maybe looking what's the best restaurant around you, and all of a sudden you get an ad for Starbucks, and that really fits your need because you actually just want a coffee, and you know what? You don't only just get an ad from Starbucks, you also get a voucher of €2 off for your Starbucks coffee. So this is something that mobile can really do. It's
so you can target me demographically. You would know I'm around 25.
Yeah.
You know where I'm walking.
And I can give you a Starbucks offer.
Is it cheaper or more expensive than other channels?
Well, the more targeting you add to something, the more expensive it is because you're really narrowing down your target group. So what mobile also can do is it's less wastage, right? And you can track everything. With a mobile ad server, like we've got one, you can track every single click. You can see where it comes from. You can see which user it is. So yes, it does cost more maybe for one click, but you need less clicks to reach your target, right? So at the end, I believe it's more efficient because it's less wastage.
So that's the mobile marketing side. But then you have the whole apps world. People are starting companies within apps, and so have you. And I have a little movie that I'd like you to comment on.
Okay. I think it's better 1 minute video.
Yeah, so let's see what Super Trooper is doing. Mats, wake up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's Saturday and it's lovely weather outside. A good breakfast with the family, a shower, and ready for the off. What do you feel like doing? A bike ride? An exhibition? Or should we just take the children off to the mountains? Nature, clean air, birds? Perfect. Hang on. Haven't you forgotten something? You've still got to do the shopping. Get a pen and paper and take note. Sugar, cereals, detergent, tomato sauce, skimmed milk. Are you sure that's all? By the way, time's getting on and you still haven't decided where you're going to do it. What a way to spend a Saturday. Well, now you can forget about all that. Throw away your pen and paper and grab your mobile. Welcome to Super Trooper. Open it up, scan, and go. Compare, choose, and save. Super Trooper will tell you the cheapest place to go for your shopping list, saving you up to 40%. That's Super Trooper, the fastest, easiest, and smartest way to shop. And now, enjoy your free time. Super Trooper. Smart buy, smart life.
So what did we just see here? It's an app that takes me shopping, or does my shopping.
Yeah, I think
We have some light, please. Keeping us in the dark here. Testing, testing. Can we get the hand mic up otherwise, please?
See?
And
Okay.
some light would be nice.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, check.
Then, and I used to work in a retail company. Then I think it's one of the industry that needs things to do, because this kind of application is, of course, is always good for customers.
So what it does, it compares all the prices of any product, and then I get to find out where it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And
Now,
if I find a product, I can photograph it, and it's
Yeah.
compared as well.
yeah. We can scan the product and we can find now the prices of the product. But I think this is the beginning in our business plan. This is the beginning of the application, because we want to do the smart buy, smart life. Smart buy is now the driver is the price, but in the future will be the health, for example, and this kind of information we will like to do in the application. And we are beginning with this kind of goods from supermarkets, but in a few weeks we will have electronic goods, and it's not only for buying in supermarket, it's for comparing prices. Next step will be for buy, and next step will be to have a lot of information about health, of this kind of information.
So I could go into an electronic store and I can just
Yeah,
scan the barcode, and
Yeah.
I can find out, no, next door it's a little bit cheaper.
yeah, of course. I think this device, the iPhone or the smartphones, it's part of us because it's always in our pocket. And there are a lot of companies on the internet, like Xiao or Google, or these kind of companies. But at least it's in the PC. And we think that the opportunity is to put all of this information in our pocket.
Sixto, you've been speaking about this for the last 8 years, saying it's going to happen, and you were having examples like this, and now they're actually happening. You've been the chairman of the Mobile Marketing Association, and now it certainly comes together. Or what's your view this year?
It's much lower than we expected, but it's starting to happen. The key of the success here is the connection with the real life. We are inventing a new word about what we deliver, which is the real clicks. You can deliver millions of virtual clicks. Nothing happens. You are still on your computer at home. But this is the real connection. When you arrive to an airport and you have your boarding pass in the screen of your smartphone, this is this type of real clicks we are talking about. When you arrive to a supermarket with this type of tools, we are rounded for millions of barcodes. Nobody's doing nothing with them except indicating the price just for getting their money. But nobody is making smart marketing actions in order to drive people to those shops, or comparing prices, or recommending other products, because all of us, most of the people involved in the marketing, all the marketing professionals, we have a big problem, which are the white brands. How do you say in English the white brands?
Retailer brands.
Retailer brands. So there are no brands. They're not going to invest on advertising. And if there's not advertising investment, many of the entrepreneurs and many of the projects that they are thinking about are based on advertising. Yeah. So these type of tools help brands, Danone, Nestlé, others, to promote them and to be ahead of the retail. Because the retail has taken the control with the final consumer. So Mercadona, for instance, they don't invest in advertising, but they have the control with the final consumer. So the brands are away from that. And this type of tools are allowing the brands to get
putting the power
to
the user, because the user is going to have the choice and have this in their hands.
That's right.
Max, Germany, large mobile market. You've been there since it started. What are some of the things that you're most excited about right now in the mobile space?
Since I had more hair, actually. Yeah, that's, yeah, I'm excited because all these, these enabling factors have come into place. And I mean, when you're saying that, yeah, you're doing it since 8 years and stuff like that, yeah, sure. We all tried, we all failed, but the interesting thing is that right now everything fell into place. We have the flat rates, we have lovable devices, smart devices that are finally usable, and I think the cat video was an amazing thing, because if a cat can operate an iPad, a kid can do, my mother could do it, my sister can do it, I can do it, so. Usability is there. We have finally bandwidth. I mean, LTE is in the labs right now, so they already have like bandwidth up to 1 gigabyte per second, which allows really fantastic stuff on mobile. And finally, the App Store, I think that's for all of us in this industry, that was a big boost, because finally a consumer brand was able to bring something out in the market without figuring out, oh, I need then this website and I need to explain how to get it on my device and to install it and where to find it. Oh, it's different on a Motorola than on a Nokia. So these days are over, and
what
so
are the
I'm
opportunities
excited
for
about it.
marketeers? What are the things that you feel that, this is something that you can really outperform the ones that don't understand it? Just one thing. Could somebody close the doors up there, please? Close the doors up there, because there's a lot of background noise coming through the... Thanks. Yeah. So what are the opportunities? What are the things that you see that you can do on the mobile better?
It's a couple of things. One is surely with the advance of smartphones. So these days we have about over 400,000 Android devices activated every single day. I mean, put that into perspective.
400,000 Android devices per day.
And that's only Android. So Apple shipped about 18 million iOS devices in the first quarter of this year. So it's, first of all, it's a big market these days. I mean, this year, I think if I have the numbers right, it's like about 400 million smartphones that are going to be sold. So it's a big addressable market. So what you can do is either with browsing, I mean, tried something out. It's very cost efficient to try something out on a mobile browsing end. And with apps, what I found most interesting in terms of mobile marketing is like to think about how can I move it from pure advertising, like, hey, I'm Carrefour, I'm big, I'm super duper, come to me, to kind of like engaging, kind of like a marketing tool, which is a service, so that people don't feel it's advertising, it's more like a service. So
what is a good example of that? Yeah,
I mean stuff like, that Adidas is giving you a city guide and you can explore Barcelona. It's powered by Adidas, it has great content, but it doesn't feel like advertising. Nike giving you like an app to go jogging and like to interact with your friends and social on Facebook, etc. This is not advertising, this is like really, it's like a nice way to engage with companies. And I think to answer your question more concrete, I think these days it's a big chance for brands to think about more service-driven campaigns and to create really compelling experiences that will stick on your phone, and it's the most intimate you can get. I mean, literally, I have Nike right now in my pocket. It's the most intimate thing that you can create, a service that is used daily on a longer base, and people actually, they're even willing to pay for stuff. So the Nike app is
Some strange things are happening as well. I'll show you a movie, and maybe some of you can comment on the strategy they're having there. So these are butterflies.
Oh yeah.
But they're butterflies that only exists if you have a smartphone.
The Japanese case.
What's happening here is that you have butterflies that are put up all over Tokyo, and you can see them through your phone and you can catch them. And you can collect them and you can trade them and you can get points and you can buy things. And then you can go to the good people at AdBurger and you can turn it in for discounts and burgers. This is a very rare one. So, thank you, Mats. I think we get the general idea. So what we're saying here, people are inventing things that are happening in mid-air. What is this? Is this smart, or is it stupid, or is it useful as well?
The opportunity is really big. These are small things, very cool, very clever. It's the connection with the real world. Those coupons, people go to the shops and they redeem them, and gives traffic, business, generates business, etc. So cool. But the situation is the following. 1 from every 4 minutes on internet browsing are done from a mobile device. 1 from every 5 searches in Google are done from a mobile device right now, today. 85% of the companies don't even have a mobile site. It's the first time in the history that customers are demanding a communication from brands, and companies and brands, they are not attending that demand. It's unbelievable. But the opportunity is huge, because if they don't want to attend that demand of communications, it's plenty of opportunities for entrepreneurs to do things and attend that requirements.
But Jan, then it must be great. So if I'm a small guy, I can't compete on television with the big brands, but maybe I can do that in the mobile arena.
That's true, because let's just say you're an iPhone developer, right? So the great thing about being an iPhone developer is that there is only one way you can sell your app through, and that's the App Store, right? So it's pretty simple. So you just get your app in there and you sell it and you can make money. And
in theory.
Pardon?
In theory.
In theory, that's correct. But what many brands do, especially the big brands, is they're like, I have to have an app now because everyone else has an app, so I develop one, right? And then they develop it and they put a lot of money into it, because app development, if it's a very complicated one, just costs a lot of money.
How much sort of are people spending on apps? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I do. And it all depends on how many feeds of information are coming into the app. So if you're a very simple static app, just news in it, you could get one for 3 to 4 grand or something.
3,000 to 4,000 euros.
Yeah, but if you have a very complicated one, it can cost up to 20,000, 30,000 euros if it's a very complicated one. Mm-hmm. But there's so many app development companies out there at the moment, so I suppose because of this competition, prices are getting lower for app development, right?
So what happens? I make my app.
Yes, you make your app, you make it, and you put it in the App Store, and then like, oh no, I'm the marketing boss of big company, and my app is like number 300 in the App Store. No one finds it, no one downloads it. I lose my job because I'm the big guy and I haven't performed well. So what do? I can make it happen that my app is visible, because it's all about visibility. You need to have your app in the visible space. And what is that in the App Store? It's the top 25 ranking, because most people download apps by browsing the App Store, just like browsing Google, right? If you're on the first page on Google, you'll probably get clicked on. So most of the people engage in doing some SEO stuff. And you can do sort of SEO in the App Store as well. And you can do this by advertising your app. That's one way. That's obviously the way I promote.
So you can search engine optimize in the App Store as well?
Yes. Well, I wouldn't call it search optimizing. You can influence the ranking.
Yeah.
So, and you can do this by advertising your app. So let's just say you do a campaign and you advertise your app, and with banners, for example.
With someone like you, for instance.
For instance, would be a smart idea. Anyway, so you click on the banner and that directs you to the App Store, and you can download the app. And at the end, the ranking in the App Store is mainly influenced by the downloads. Other factors like ranking and sort of that stuff matters as well, but at the end it's the downloads which influence the ranking. That changes all the time, right? The algorithm that Apple has is a secret, so no one knows exactly how it works, but practice has just shown that it's a downloads.
But if I want to go with the Ola app, and I want to be sort of top 25 in Spain, how much would I have to spend with you guys?
It depends which category you want to launch your app in. Let's just say you want to do it in lifestyle, which is probably the most complicated one, because
I want to do it in food.
Food.
And price comparison.
Yeah, food is not so busy as in there's not that many other apps in there. So you always want to choose a category where there's not so high competition, because it's easier to get up. Mm-hmm. So it probably starts at 10,000 euros, but it can go up to, let's just say, 25,000 euros. Per boost into the top 25.
Yeah. And then you sort of come down.
Yeah, well, a certain effect will happen, right? Because once you're in there, a certain, we call it the afterburn effect, right? So you're in there, and because you're visible now, you will create downloads yourself, right? Just because you're in there, people find you, they download you, and it might keep you stable. So, but you know, if you don't have a good app, that's what we tell our clients all the time. At the end, yes, we can get you in there, but if your app is crap, then it's not going to help, right? So you need to have a good product, and we can help you boost it to get you in there, to get the whole marketing running. I mean, obviously, alongside, you should do some PR stuff. You should get your app on Facebook, do maybe some cross-media campaigns even. But you know, it's very, very good to do.
But App Store is the most important single place to be.
You know what? That's a good question, right? Because what we can do is we can monitor the traffic development in our network. So we see how many Android ad requests do we receive, how many iOS ad requests we receive, and Android is growing massively at the moment. So we believe that Android is, you know, it's been said in many newspapers as well and in many blogs, it's going to supersede iOS eventually in the amount of users. So Android is a very, very important market because many developers or many companies have developed their iOS app and now they're going into Android. Android is a lot more friendly for developers. It's open source and you don't have to go through the App Store, which sometimes can be easier as well because Apple is very restrictive on who they let in, and it can take very long to get your app up and running. So Android should not be undervalued here, definitely.
You're launching soon. I already thought you had launched. How many users do you have before you launched?
I think Dankeschön to compare Super Trooper with Carrefour, and I will sign a contract with you. If you, with 10,000 euros, we put Super Trooper in the top list of App Store. I think it's a great thing. And now we will launch the app, the application, a few days, I think next week. Then.
And how many people do you already have using it?
Now it's word to mouth is around 4,000 people.
So 4,000 people, and you haven't even launched, and people are just checking it out. And now you're launching in 2 days. How are you going to launch it? Apart from giving Jana 10,000 euros, that's what I want 10%. Yeah. But apart from that.
We are
20%. I'll go for 20%.
20. Okay. We are working with Mobest, with Sisto, and we are working with companies like Vodafone or Orange. Try to sign an agreement to launch this application.
The campaign is going to be very funny because we are going to geo-target people that are shopping on Saturday morning, which is very boring for most of us. So the campaign is going to be something like, what the hell are you doing here now? Look the picture of that Montes if you are in Madrid, or look the pictures of the beaches right now. Why not be there? Just download Super Trooper. It's going to be something like that.
We will test it. We don't know if it will.
And how many people do you think you can get in a campaign like that?
Well, the goal is to get
100,000
at the end of this year.
Wow.
But I think that can be explosive because to have 4,000 without doing nothing, it demonstrates the viral potential of the business. And if you have a business with viral potential, you are going to save huge amounts of money invested in marketing because people are going to recommend you very frequently, and this is fantastic for a business.
Just to add on that, I mean, I've seen the service for the first time, but I think it's a good example when my core belief is that mobile will change everything, basically every industry, everything, communication, etc. And it's just a good example. You can pick out any industry, and mobile will make a difference. I mean, I've just had the other day, I was at the MediaMarkt in Germany, and actually, really like a 65-year-old guy was looking on his smartphone and told his grandson, like, we don't buy here, we buy it online with Amazon. And it was a 65-year-old, so it was not a geek like me or my little nephew. It was really like an old guy, and I think because the fact that we always have it with us in any situation, in relevance, in context, and then with a smart app like this will really make a difference. People will start to stand at Carrefour and check out, you know what, they're not fair traded, or actually this coffee is better, and I can actually get it cheaper. It will make a huge impact, and these days, because you've asked also that the question like, is mobile really happening? I think the really important thing out there for a consumer brand or for a corporation is, are you ready for mobile? Because it will happen, and you basically need to deal with the fact that basically your target audience, it will be a different audience in a few years from now.
But it's also, we're speaking a lot about mobile phones now. What about the pads or things to come in the future? What is going to happen?
Cars, interconnected cars, the web of things. I mean, it's happening without us knowing it. I mean, I don't even know, me personally, how many SIM cards are surrounding me already. I think my car has one, because I have somehow internet in my car. Smart and BMW, they introduced like electrical scooters where you actually use your iPhone as an accelerometer, as a tacho, and as a key. I saw at a wedding this weekend, the guy came up, he didn't have a microphone, he had his iPhone, and it was connected to the speakers, and he was using it as a microphone. And then I saw something else, payments, where you just plug something and you can swipe any card. It's Square from the US, a fantastic company.
What do they do? Explain that.
It's like a little small thing that you plug into your smartphone, and it's a credit card reader. And now just imagine the opportunities, because now a guy on a flea market, he can use your credit card. The guy, yesterday it took me 20 minutes to get a cab with credit cards. I was Barcelona airport, I need credit cards, I'm sorry. And just imagine every taxi driver, he just has this little thing on his smartphone, he can accept your credit card.
Yep. You're starting a company that is an app. I mean, don't you want to have like a big building or, different channels? It's an app. Is that big enough to be a company? I mean, you worked in large companies before. Is that the way companies will be created in the future? Or will it just spread out and be a lot of other things as well? Or will there be more different apps?
No, I think the company is the application. It's in my pocket now. It's in your pockets, I hope. Then when I'm talking with investors and what's about your company, and say the company is about this app, and do you have a computer to show the PowerPoint? No, I have only the app. In the future, you will be on the internet, in the PC, of course. No. My company is only in the app. Why? Because we think that the future is in your pocket. The future is in the mobile. But I think now we are in the early beginning because few people, I think, understand this kind of companies. Only to base a company only in a mobile, we are a fools. I think so. But maybe the future.
In 2 weeks' time, we will know a lot more.
I think so. In the States, you will be in the States now. 80% of people are scanning inside the stores. Are scanning barcodes or QR codes inside the stores. The problem now, 10 years ago for stores, from retailers, used to be how to put my store on the internet, how to put my big company with a lot of stores, a lot of people in the internet. But now I think the problem is how to put internet inside my store. Then the answer, of course, is the mobile. And we are developing this kind of tools because I think so. In MediaMarkt, people are scanning and saying, this TV is the same of Amazon TV, then I will buy it in Amazon. And I think this is the future.
You have one out of every 4 searches are
5.
1 out of 5 is done on the mobile. 1 out of 4 what?
Minutes.
Minutes, okay, minutes on the internet. What formats do you suggest, if I want to sort of move a large chunk of my marketing budget and go mobile, what formats works?
As in, like, which advertising?
Is it banners or is it,
banners are always a good thing, but there's different sorts of banners, right? So I don't know if any of you ever seen a banner in the app. Probably yes, right? Because it's very popular, and very many times users are annoyed by it because they're not very good, right? They're not very attractive, and they're not very well done. So what's a big trend now is rich media advertising. So you probably know this from the internet. When you have an ad you can click on, you can sort of play a little game even with the ad. And that's something that can now be done on mobile as well. And the technology behind that is HTML5. So you can actually just use your flash ad, for example, that you have in the stationary internet, and then you give it to a company like us, and we transfer it into HTML5.
So you take your normal internet advertising
simple,
and you just go transform it to HTML5
yes,
and then off you go.
Exactly, because that's very important, because many agencies or advertisers don't have the money to create a new ad because they just want to try it. So we say, no problem, just give us your normal ad and we can transfer that into a format that works on mobile phones. And the advantage of that is that the user interaction with the ad is a lot longer, especially if you do a sort of game. So, for example, there was this campaign for the movie Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yes, you obviously know that, right? And it was a card game, like a memory, where you have loads of little cards, and if you have two matching faces, then you win, you know. Or another campaign for a car brand where they had two sheep, right? Two sheep that you could fight with the sheep. And that was very funny, right? So it wasn't just a boring ad that you look at and you click at or you don't. It's actually interaction, and that's what it's all about. It's about having a longer time interaction with the user. So I really suggest going for that.
But it's a critical success factor for mobile advertising will be like clearly to understand the relevancy, the context, how people will use it, because you can fail miserably. So I was a bit like, ooh, she's saying just put your online advertising into mobile. Then it was like, a bit, because that was happening was in the internet, like they, you know, at the beginning you just took print advertising and you stick it in the web and oh, now I'm interactive advertising. No, au contraire, it's totally different. And I see mobile also as a different channel to online, because basically you really need to figure out in which situations will they use it. I think you've made an example about the context, shopping malls, etc. I mean, with the mobile phone, the big advantage is we know where they are and we can use it as an advantage to them. So, you know, you can identify that I'm as Max, I'm not living here, I'm a tourist here. So you could give me different advertising than to you, because I'm clearly a tourist. I have a different need from my mobile device here. If I'm at the airport, I might be totally open to kill some time at a day spa if they offer me like, I'm very cheap, you know, if they offer me 50% off, yeah, sure.
However, that's not the target of every campaign, right? So there's performance campaigns, like the campaigns you're describing, where it's literally about selling things to someone, and then there's branding campaigns. And so those are the two main types of campaigns. And if you have a branding campaign, it's all about creating an image, right? Improving your image, getting your name out there, making you known. And a rich media ad, like I was describing, it's probably more suitable for that, you're right. So it really all depends on the target, and not every type of campaign, the location-based stuff that you were just mentioning, it's not right for everyone. Only if you have a local product or a local shop or something, for example, not only, but that would be a main reason why you should do a local campaign, right? But if you have a global business, or if you have an e-shop or an online shop, why do you need to do a local campaign? You don't. So you have to really match the campaign with the purpose of your target.
I think that mobile marketing has gone a long way, but because before it was only about discussing will it work. Now experts are having different ways of making it work. So it's a step in the right direction. These guys are also going to be around here. So if you have any mobile marketing questions, grab these guys during lunch and really make sure that you get the answers that you need to start going more mobile. With that, and in the essence of time, we have to end the panel for now. Thank you very, very much, and see you later out here as well. Okay, thank you very much.